I'm good. Do it look like we stressing? Cause we ain't.
Many people don't know the story of Fat Joe. Fat Joe was born and raised in the Bronx, New York. Cuban dad, Puerto Rican mom. Although we didn't have much, we had a beautiful upbringing with a lot of love and joy, a lot of family. Since a young age, I aspired to be a recording artist. So often I would get in trouble. I like to think myself as the original Eminem, you know, blonde hair, green eyes, battling a bunch of black cats in the school cafeterias and just, you know, aspiring to be an artist. I got my first big break at the Apollo Theater in Harlem, and I went up in there, and I'll never forget. So I came in first place 4 weeks in a row. There I met the legendary DJ Red Alert, who played on 98.7 Kiss. And he told me he loved my music, so he asked me to make him a jingle. That jingle, he played it for like a year, and then it went on to become my first single, Flojo, that was #1 rap single in America after that. And from there, I've just constantly elevated with my music career. People who I aspired to be was Heavy D, KRS-One because he came from the Bronx, LL Cool J, just because he would talk to the ladies in his music, and you know, he inspired me. So every hit record you ever heard from the ladies out there from Fat Joe, you know, that came from the LL Cool J catalog. As Fat Joe the brand, I realized I appeal to a large, diverse audience. One story that sticks to mind is me flying all the way to Tanzania, Africa, and I had a concert out there, and the convoy we was in was speeding, and one African guy was walking across the street, and we almost hit him. So he looked up at the vehicle to actually curse out whoever was in the vehicle, and when he looked, he was like, Fat Joe, Fat Joe. And I was like, this is 22-hour plane flight in Africa. And I was like, wow. And believe it or not, that's when I realized I have one of the most noticeable faces and presence in the world. Of course, being Latino and the Latinos being the biggest growing demographic in the United States, you know, that also has an appeal as well, because, you know, I feel like I talk for the new generation of the Latinos, you know, the English-speaking Latinos, as well as the Spanish. And as you can see now, they have channels like Fusion and Nuvo that are catered to this generation of up-and-coming Latinos. So I definitely touch that audience, and just about everybody who can relate to the music. You know, music is so universal. You know, I've been very blessed to work the biggest and best artists of our time. Anybody from R. Kelly to J-Lo several times, to Ricky Martin, to Eminem, to LL Cool J, to Mary J. Blige, Chris Brown. You know, because of my musical career, I've had incredible relationships with people like Michael Jordan himself, you know, the greatest of all time. It's so hard, you know, to make a hit record. It's like a 1 in a million chance. You know, that's why so many people are one-hit wonders. Because of being able to adapt, you know, to new trends, to everything that goes along. People have watched me come from a kid from the projects in the South Bronx to being a big rapper, to actually evolving to creating a brand and understanding the brand of the Latino people. You gotta understand I'm a brother, I'm a father, I'm a nephew, I'm a grandson, I'm a husband. So at the same time, I relate to the kid that's 13 years old to the person 50 years old. And I always wear that like a badge of honor on my chest, that when I go out there, I represent Latinos and I represent just the hip-hop culture in general in a dignified way. So you gotta understand that, you know, brands, I've dealt with brands like Quaker State in the 90s and all the way up to the Sprites, and have done commercials for Bacardi and for Boost Mobile, and just been able to diversify. I come from here to actually relating. I often say I relate to the guy on the street corner in front of the bodega and the Fortune 500 president on Wall Street. It's a pretty amazing life if you could have a crystal ball to see and follow me and see the amount of people I touch. I believe that people who are going to make it are going to make it regardless. They just got to find the right system and what really works for them. You have to be determined. You have to be focused. You have to persevere. You can't let nothing stop you. You have to go for whatever your goals are.